Are you planning a trip to Istanbul? Then you have come to the right place. We're Jess and Miles, and after 3 years of traveling around the world, we are currently living here in Istanbul, Turkey. We love food, and one of our favorite things to do when traveling to a new country is to try all of the amazing food. And honestly, the food here in Turkey is reason enough to visit this amazing country. There are so many unique regional specialties, and unless you have months to explore the country, Istanbul is the best place to try the wide variety of incredible Turkish food.
Now that we are living here in Turkey, we have pretty much made it our mission to try everything we possibly can, and we have put together a list of 10 must-try foods while you're here in Istanbul. Honestly, there are hundreds of must-try foods here, but for the purposes of this video, here are 10 of our favorites.
Real quick before we get started, if you're coming to Istanbul, then you should check out our comprehensive digital guide to this incredible city. It is packed with useful information to help you get the most out of your time here. We are talking 91 pages of info. This guide has everything you need from where to stay, what to do, and itinerary options depending on how long you're here. And assuming you love food since you have found this video, you should also know it includes 40 must-try foods, drinks, and desserts, and a link to our map of our favorite restaurants all over the city. If you're interested, you could go to the link in the description or the pinned comments to learn more about it.
All right, let's get started. In no particular order, number 1 on our list is Bayram Çorbası. Originally from Gaziantep, one of the amazing food capitals here in Turkey, Bayram Çorbası is a traditional Turkish soup that is typically eaten for breakfast. It consists of rendered lamb fat topped with rice and shredded lamb meat, cooked with garlic, pepper paste, and lamb broth. The meat is unbelievably tender, the broth is spicy, it is absolutely delicious. Why start a day with a boring bowl of cereal when you can start with lamb, cooked in lamb fat, drowning in lamb broth?
But if for some reason spicy lamb soup isn't your dream breakfast, you will love number 2. Turkish breakfast. A classic Turkish breakfast is truly a sight to behold. It includes a variety of bite-sized dishes that will cover your entire table. We are talking olives, cheeses, tomatoes, cucumbers, meats, jams, honey, bread, and the list goes on. And what a better place to enjoy Turkish breakfast than on Breakfast Street. Yes, you heard that right. Istanbul has an entire street dedicated to Turkish breakfast. Don't forget to enjoy a cute little cup of Turkish coffee before heading off to number 3.
Goose Lemay. We unfortunately failed to find Goose Lemay on our first trip to Istanbul, and that was a mistake. One of those failures that keeps you up at night when you're questioning all of your life choices. But don't worry, we make up for that now by eating it no less than twice a week. Goose Lemay is a savory pastry that is thinly rolled by an adorable Turkish lady with magic hands. It is filled with various ingredients like meat, vegetables, and cheese before being sealed and cooked over a griddle. Like a lot of Turkish food, it is often served with a yogurt sauce, or you can get it plain. We have managed to convince the owner of our favorite place to give us the yogurt on the side so that we can dip.
Now that we have saved you from sleepless nights caused by missing Goose Lemay, let's talk about one that you may have already heard of before finding this video. Number 4 is Pday. Pday is a boat-shaped Turkish flatbread that is topped with a number of ingredients like cheese, veggies, meat, and then it is baked in a brick or stone oven. I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a pizza. And while you may be tempted to describe it as a Turkish pizza, we are still waiting to hear back from the government on our residency permit, so we will refrain from using such words. An honorable mention you should try while you're sitting down and enjoying your Pday is lahmacun. This is a super thin, crispy flatbread that is topped with various ingredients, and you roll it up or fold it before eating.
Turkey is known for way more than just its savory dishes, so for number 5, let's dip our toe into the wonderful world of Turkish desserts. Since you are spending your precious time watching food videos, we're going to respect your knowledge of Turkish food and assume you already plan to have baklava. So we're going to skip over baklava and go right to Kanefe. Kanefe is a crispy and buttery cheese-filled dessert made with Kebabs noodles. It is soaked in a sweet syrup and sprinkled with pistachios on top. It's served hot and the cheese is melted to perfection. Kanefe is a dessert you can find throughout the Middle East, but as another attempt to stay in the good graces of the powers that be here in Turkey, we will consider it a Turkish dessert.
Okay, For number 6, let's jump into the massive category of kebabs. There are over 100 different types of kebabs, so we obviously cannot cover them all. You have kebabs that get grilled vertically or horizontally. You have minced meat or cubed meat. You have kebabs smothered in butter, wrapped in lavish, or even wrapped in intestines for that matter. But one that is perfect for a busy day in Istanbul is the classic doner kebab. Doner kebab is made of lamb, beef, or chicken. It is slowly roasted, rotating on a vertical skewer. It's wrapped in a pita with lettuce, tomato, onions, various types of spices and sauces, and no matter where you are in Istanbul, you will find a doner shop nearby.
Okay, number 7 on our list is stuffed mussels. Istanbul is surrounded by the sea. No matter where you are in the city, you are rarely more than a 15-minute walk from the coast. So naturally, there is some delicious seafood. And one of our personal favorites are the stuffed mussels. Stuffed mussels are a popular snack commonly sold as street food, and you can find them all over the city. The mussels are stuffed with rice and come a few different ways. Our favorite are the spicy ones. So be sure to have 4, 5, or 10, toss your shells in an empty bowl, and let's keep going on our list.
Back to the sweets. Number 8 is Turkish ice cream. Turkish ice cream is called dondurma, and this is not just any ice cream. It has a chewy texture. There are actually certain kinds you have to cut with a knife and fork. This is a must-try in Turkey, and the shops like to turn it into a bit of a game. Don't just expect to walk up, order your ice cream, and walk away with your cone. It may take you a few minutes to get your hands on this sweet treat.
Number 9 is Manti. Manti is a type of small dumpling filled with ground meat. Some might even call it Turkish ravioli. You can get Manti either boiled or fried, and it is served with a cold, garlicky yogurt sauce. It might sound weird to have your pasta covered in cold yogurt, but it really works. We usually get one order of the classic boiled and one fried because how do you choose just one?
And finally, number 10, we are going back to kebabs with the famous Iskandir kebab. This dish is doner meat seasoned with beef fat, spices, and herbs. It then gets thinly sliced, served over pieces of bread, and then doused in a tomato sauce, and finally, butter gets poured over the entire plate. It is absolutely delicious. It originates in Bursa, which is not too far south of Istanbul. We actually just had Iskandir kebab last night in Istanbul, and we plan to have it again in Bursa in a few days when we head down to the coast.
Okay, that's gonna do it for our list. If you happen to be as equally passionate about Turkish food as we are, and you feel deeply offended by something that we've left off this list, we would love to hear about it in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our comprehensive Istanbul guide that not only has everything you're going to need to plan the perfect trip here in Istanbul, it also includes a list of 40 different must-try foods, drinks, and desserts, along with an ever-growing list of our favorite restaurants from all over the city.
In all seriousness, if you are coming to Istanbul, you should get this guide. Just click the link in the description to learn more. Also, be sure to subscribe and let us know what other content you'd like to see on Istanbul in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.